Welcome to the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Steele, and it's another two-man show this week, but I am joined by Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm back and I've heard from some of our fans. I went out and updated my camera. So I'm
What did
hopefully looking a lot better here.
what did you do to upgrade your camera?
I decided just to use my iPhone
It's such a Detroit thing. I love it.
instead of the work laptop.
Yep. Speaking of work, the Zenful one was called away to work at last second, so he could not make it on this episode. And he swears it is nothing to do with what happened this week in the KDFL. We will talk about that in a minute. First, Detroit, I'm going to go first here because it's going to be the last time that we talk about this godforsaken team this year. Um, well, look, when you're a bad team and you don't have like serious aspirations, I did have playoff aspirations. I'm not going to act like I didn't. But there comes a time, you know this, for when the Lions were used to be bad. You start out the season with hope, optimism, everything's good. You hit some bumps, but and you start to say, "Oh well, we could turn this around if this, if that." Then there comes a time for every bad team when you know this season is done, and that time for me came at high noon on Sunday with the Falcons losing their second straight overtime game. Uh, to the Panthers. Bryce Young becomes college Bryce Young when he's back in that stadium in Atlanta. Just lights us up. And you have to fire everybody. This is a bold conclusion that I've come to. Yes, very bold that you have to fire everyone because you could do this thing, right? You could do this thing. NFL is a coin flip league, right? You could do this thing. Well, if we just won, we barely lost this. Like we barely lost to the Colts in overtime, barely lost to the Bucks in week one, barely lost this last week to the Panthers in overtime. But you know what wins those coin flip games? Proper coaching. That's what does it. The talent is there. We're a talented team. We don't have a first. That's fine. We traded for, our first round pick we traded for has been a stud. Both our defense is revamped. It's young. Love it all. But it's coaching, man. It's just
Yeah.
coaching. Simple
Well,
mistakes. The pistol.
but
Yeah.
but you're used to this though, right? So
Did you see my stat?
no, I didn't.
The
I
last
might
Falcon. Who do you think? If you didn't see it, this is going to be great for the pod. Who do you think was the last Falcons head coach to have a 5 game losing streak that we're currently on? You remember when we beat the Bills? Remember that Monday
yeah.
Night Football was awesome. That was our last win, by the way. Okay,
Wow.
who do you think was the last Falcons head coach
I,
to
I have
have a 5 game losing streak?
I have no clue. No clue.
It is drumroll, please. Raheem Morris again in 2020 when he was the interim after we let go of Dan Quinn.
Wow.
Uh,
5 game losing streak, huh?
This team is
Doesn't it
this
just
guy.
doesn't it just like ruin your Sundays? And then the
It
week,
does.
and then you're like waiting the whole week, like, all right, maybe we can redeem ourselves the following week. And it's just the
Then you
same
lose Penix for
cycle.
the year.
Yeah. It's probably time to just, all right, we need to invest in somebody else.
But that's the thing. I saw a tweet that said the Falcons paid a veteran solid quarterback $180 million. Then they took a high prospect in round one just so they were guaranteed they weren't in QB hell. A year and a half later, we are in QB hell.
Isn't it funny how some franchises that just works like that?
Yeah, and I was talking to because my parents actually were at the house for the beginning, and I was talking, I was giving them the whole thing that I've done on here a million times, like why aren't we Steeler fans? Like, what the heck? And my dad gave the weird explanation, well, they were always on TV. It's the same reason why he hates the Reds, because they were always on TV. I'm like, in 1975 or whatever, whenever you're hitting, wouldn't you want the team that's always, it's like you had the
Yeah.
ticket package. Don't you want the team that's always on TV? Wouldn't that make sense to
Yeah, that
follow
would.
along? But no, it's not the path that was chosen. And I've always said this, except for guys in your situation where you're born into a location that has a pro team, I do believe your football team finds you. You don't find it. And my God, did the heck of a one find me. But like, I can't go like 38 and change my fandom. Like, nobody would take me
Yeah.
serious. How long would I have to be a fan of the new team for you guys to forget Falcon
I,
fan, Brett.
no, never, never.
Right? It doesn't
Like,
work that way.
and how I don't see how any sane human being can do that. Because, like, all right, let's say you leave the Falcons, you pick another team, and what in 4 or 5 years the Falcons become awesome and they
Right?
win?
You
I
can't
mean,
come back.
I was gonna say, are you allowed to go back? I mean, it's just
I
weird.
mean,
That's
that
why
day, when that day comes and they
yeah.
actually win something.
Well, that's why, like, for me personally, growing up in Detroit and being a Lions fan, they were
Yeah, let's
usually
transition to the Lions now. Go ahead.
they're usually really bad. I what I did as a kid, I attached to a quarterback, and for me that was John Elway. So I was a
Yeah.
huge Bronco and Elway fan because that always gave me something besides my team, and I always picked something that was like out of conference, and then that just happened to roll into Brady with the Patriots. But once those quarterbacks are gone, I don't root for those teams again. It's just I
Well,
don't know.
and I think because I know that especially is true for my generation in NBA. It was certain players.
Yeah.
I think in NFL now, you still have those players. I can't think of a player that doesn't have anything to do with my favorite teams that like I'm big into without a fantasy impact. Because I think that need a distraction from my favorite team type thing or something else to root for has transitioned to almost completely fantasy football.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
that's,
can't think of a player I like and I'm rooting for a heavy that I don't have a fantasy tie to.
yeah, that's true. Fantasy has changed the world.
Yeah, it has. All right, let's talk about. You
Yeah,
could keep talking about your Alliance. A little
yeah,
rough go on Monday night
that
or
was
Sunday night. Sorry.
that was just a rough game. Wind was terrible. But I'm starting to see a little trend with this Lions team. Whenever they face a team with a good front four, and the Eagles have a great front four, our interior line is not good. It just isn't. We're below average. Everyone thinks the Lions have this great offensive line because the past couple of years they did. But we lost Ragnow, we lost Zinter. I think that's his name. I can't remember. They're gone, and that
See you, pal.
the interior line is just not there. And I was going back and I was looking, and even Sewell had a couple plays, and I'll have to share this in the link so people can see it. Well, it was 4th and goal from the 5, and we were going for it obviously. Well, they got rushed, and like Sewell got beat right off the bat from Jalen Phillips, and Goff had to rush it to St. Brown, but he had Broderick or the tight end wide open, but he just didn't have the time. So it was just a poor performance overall. Our rushing has not been good. Uh, I mean, last week we played the Commanders, but they had the worst defense in the world. So
Hmm.
it's just a little trend that it's weird because the Lions' defense has played really good this year,
Hmm.
and but the offense has been kind of out of sync. I do like that they got JMO. He's starting to pick it up these past few weeks.
Yeah.
Gibbs is just a monster.
Yeah.
Golf was not good. Let's be honest. I think he was 14 of 37. And I have to say, I hate when a quarterback has a glove on his throwing hand in the rain. I know
In the
it
rain.
brought, I mean,
Does
golf
he
knows
always
more than
wear
I
one, or
do.
was it a rain thing? I don't know if he always wears one or not.
He has done it before. I have noticed it, but I just don't like it for some reason. It's just a mental thing with me.
I
But
didn't know if it was like a rain glove, like they make those. Like,
yeah,
but
but I'd like to talk about the Eagles too, since we have another owner in this league that's a huge fan of them. That defense is just legit.
Jalen Phillips
However,
makes a huge difference.
yes, however, their offense does not impress me at all.
No.
Uh, their passing game's pretty weak. They do have Saquon, but it teams like to load that box up. So I do
Mhm.
think the Eagles are beatable, but that defense is going to keep them in every game. But then for my Lions, I still believe in them because I there's not a team in the league that if the Lions play, I'm like, oh, there's no chance we're gonna win. I still think they can beat any team. It's just their offensive line's gonna have to play better.
No.
But
There's only so many losses you can take on that important of especially with your all's, setup you have. The line is, I mean, the line's important to every team, but yeah,
yeah, it's just I think one of our guards went our third string guard, and the other guard's a rookie. So I mean, it's just been a struggle.
yeah. Who is up next?
Who want to talk about the Niners?
No, who?
Oh,
What game? What
oh, I'm
team do you
sorry.
play next?
My bad. We got the Giants. The Giants at home.
Okay, okay,
But the big game after that is Thanksgiving with the Packers. We need to win
okay.
this game.
That's huge, especially week one. So this is oh, this will be in Detroit. I didn't have to ask that, but with it being
There's
Thanksgiving.
only there's only one game left on this schedule for the Lions that I really see is like, this could be a tough one to win, and that's against the Rams at LA.
Like
But it's Giants, Packers, Cowboys is going to be tough because that offense is nice. I
yep.
still don't believe their defense. Then the Rams, and then we end with Steelers, Vikings, Bears. So there's some winnable
And
games in
I
there.
need that Bears Lions
Yeah,
game to be. I don't have much to live for now, so it's
yeah,
probably just an agent of chaos now. But that I don't know if it will be. Who knows? NFC North's a madhouse. But
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's it's just as likely to mean everything as it is to mean nothing. I guess right now at this point in Week 18. But
who's sitting on top of the North right now in the NFC?
oh,
Well, I mean, who's doing that, Brett?
the Bears are on top.
You got anything
I
to talk
don't
about
like
there?
this. I don't like this because the take wasn't a pro Bears take. It was.
No, I mean, go ahead. This is your moment.
It's not my moment. It's week 11.
What?
It's not.
I mean,
Look, it's a culture change, and it looks good right now. And it's still very early. Now they are also the kings of the coin flip going the right way for them. Like if you think about some of their wins, like the fumble from the
yeah,
Commanders, that was crazy.
yeah.
The comeback on the Bengals, insane. This one they got. I didn't even know how they went down in this game. It just came back and they were down with the ball. I said, "Oh crap, they're down," and then they had the kickoff and got the kick. But
I did want to add one thing. Um, I did notice that the Lions are in third down conversion this year. They're like 27th in the league. So that's a big thing. And I was gonna add not just to add on to your little offensive coordinator thing being gone, whatever. What I forgot to add this in that game. A huge thing for the Lions that hurt them is Sam Laporta being out. He is a
that
huge
was I didn't know he even got
part.
hurt last week.
Yeah, he's. I don't. There's talk. I mean, there's been some rumblings. They're not even sure he's coming back this regular season. So that would be tough. That's a huge loss for them because him and Goff have a nice little thing going together. So,
Well,
but
and it's anything. There's intricate like offensive schemes. They tend to use the tight end a lot more than normal, I think, and but not just receiving, other things.
yeah,
So,
but
all
other
right,
NFL teams, Niners looked all right. They look good.
it's just we're gonna hop now. NFL
Yeah,
teams.
yeah. Well, we're gonna just hop around with some of our favorite just
Yeah,
their teams.
can we go to the KDFL because we have some trades to announce
Okay,
at
we
the
can
end
do
of our
that.
trade deadline?
We
I
can
think
do
we
that.
should announce the trades before we should just hit the trades. Don't have to talk about them in depth, but hit the trades before we talk about the games because there's going to be some players on some teams that don't make sense if you didn't know about the
Yep.
trades.
Yep.
Let's see. First, I only got a few of these. When did we leave off? We got the Christian Watson trade, and then Christian Watson ends up going for a third and a fourth to the Sinners, he
Oh,
probably then scores two touchdowns. We'll hit on that in a second. So Christian Watson is now a center as they continue their rebuild process. You guys got Levante David for a fourth. So the RiverRats had Levante David for their fourth round pick in 2026. The Lumberjacks also receive a third for Zach Ertz. So Zach Ertz finds a new home in Hurricane with the Wampus Cats. The Evil Empire acquire Ricky Pearsall and Aziz Al Shair, the linebacker from the Lumberjacks, or sorry, from the Wampus Cats for a 2028 first.
thank you for not making me read those names.
All
Thank you.
right, you're right. I always know Al Shair because of the armbands and
Uh,
the ridiculous hits on Trevor. This is crazy, man. Um, so we have a 2028 first on the move to the Evil Empire. So that'll be interesting in 3 years from now. Kind of surprising the Wampus Cats move on from Pearsall so quickly.
Me too. I was
Man
also.
took a bullet for your team and you kicked them to the curb.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, the Wampus Cats are, as we'll learn, are all in on this. And another surprising move: the Kings dealt Brock Purdy, which it's one thing when you draft a sleeper and he hits. When you get a free agent sleeper, it's like even another extra level of heartstrings attached. When you get a free agent sleeper quarterback that was the last pick in the draft, that's got to be the hardiest of heartstrings. So I am surprised that the Kings moved on, but it's this is a business.
Yeah, that's right. It's a business, man.
But look at this. They get the worst of the round one lottery picks in 2026 from the Dobermans. They get a 2026, they get their own second back in 2026, and they get, for some unknown reason, the Browns QB room of Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. Kind of happy for the dark horses to get out from under that roster clogging situation. Almost through here. You required Debo Samuel in a fourth for a third and a second, the second being in
Yep.
2027. And then you acquired Aaron Rodgers, who then black clouded and nearly broke his wrist this week. He got him for a fourth. This was a big one. The Wampus Cats get Kyron Williams for two firsts, 2027 and 2028, and Kyle Monungai.
Crazy. Crazy, man.
That's a
What
steep price.
that is a very steep price.
The Midnight Riders are not known for their trading, as we broke down. We made a nice little trade matrix. So when you get a price like that, they have to take it. Like I said, the Wampus Cats are all in on this year. They don't have a. I mean, there's plenty of time for moving and shaking in the offseason too. But as of right now, they don't have a first for a while. And the Kings and Dobermans did something stupid with money and a fifth. We're not going to highlight on that. And then finally, the Renegades sent a smorgasbord, what a word, for Jalen Warren, Jalen for Jalen trade. You didn't pick up on that, spelled differently, but
Uh,
still, for a 2026 second, 2026 third, 2026 fourth. So essentially a whole draft for
yeah.
Jalen Warren on its way. And then finally, in what could be a little bit of an understated move, it appears to me that the Senators have finally conceded that they don't trust their draft department after this debacle in 2025. So they now traded a second round pick for Khalil Shakir because they don't trust their brain to get anybody better than Khalil Shakir
I
in a
mean,
second. And I can't blame him personally.
was it necessary to take a shot at him like
I
that?
saw it's just a fact. He's traded away his 2025 draft. He's replaced that. He's now starting to work on 2026. So, I mean, I get it. When you have
Okay.
these results, you have to know your strengths. And maybe
Okay.
your strengths are trading because I can't trade with you. So maybe your strengths are in trading because I can't do it. I can't master it. So,
Do you ever look at some of these trades and you're like, wait a minute, I would give this person more, or why didn't that person reach out to me?
um, which one was it that I didn't know they were on the block? Oh my God. Oh,
Oh yeah,
Rico Dowdle. Didn't know he was. Didn't know he was. I should have. As a freaking dark horse. I already traded for one of his running backs, and that's on me. It's really it's never that because let's be honest about me. I mean I don't tend to overpay. um,
you don't pay at all.
two actually. Chase Brown. I
Yeah,
thought that he would at least get a first for Chase Brown, but he did get. I mean, he got a pretty good amount. And I didn't know that Rico Dotto would be. I didn't know he was on the block. It was an oversight on my part, like just not
yeah,
looking.
yeah. Those are the ones where like you had no clue that they were going to trade that person. You're like, oh
Did
crap, I would have liked to make an offer.
Did you send anything out that got rejected near the deadline? Because it got kind of quiet after like 4 p.m. and we didn't have anything.
Yeah, I sent out a bunch of stuff. I listened all the way up to the last minute. I would send out things about like, hey, are you interested in this? Or you have any interest of trading this player? Nothing ever
Um,
worked out.
I sent out the most lopsided trades that I've ever sent out, like against me,
Yeah,
but it didn't make sense. Like we came very close to a deal with the Kings, but it didn't make sense for where his team is at.
yeah.
I tried to make it pretty enticing. I think I got pretty enticing, but it's still
The
if
little
you make that deal and because here's the deal with fantasy football and um, you can play out the scenario like it
yeah
will tell you the answer so you can see if you didn't trade away that player what would have happened would
that
you have won so and if you do
yeah
that that's painful.
that little mock trade the kind of thing we put together just kind of got a lot farther than I thought it would.
I thought it got dangerously close, but then
Yeah.
you said we're gonna still ride it.
Yeah.
We're still gonna stay in it. So I said, oh, well, that's dead now. All right, let's go. You ready to hop in?
Yeah, I'm
As
ready.
always, I think it's going to be a short show. We can go as quick as we want on these games, but I always think it's going to be a short show, and then we get going. We're 20 minutes in now. All right. First game up here, the Evil Empire put the Zen Masters on the verge of just complete done for the 2025 season. They win 239 to 221. Evil Empire improved to 7-4. Zen Masters dropped to 3-8. And I was a part of this. The only thing I have written down, you always are leery of the Miles Garrett game. And there it is, 26 points. I think he had 4 sacks. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, 4 sacks. So you can see like he's had 2 of these over almost 20 points. Week 1, that was the Mega Powers. Week 8, 33. It happens. This is one of the things. I mean, he's consistent throughout, regardless. But just one of those games where he explodes. Rico Dotto, like this team did revamp their running back room, like we said. Rico Dotto pays off with 15 in his first game as the Evil Empire. And on the Zen Master side, they're not done. That's what I have.
They're not done?
They're not done. And we're going to look at the standings after we go through these games. They're just simply not done.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
Do you have anything from this game?
No, not really. Justin Jefferson's got to be like kind of
Okay,
disappointing this year.
the helmet slam. We going to talk
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, that was pure frustration.
I wonder, like, what you do because he can't be pissed.
No,
Like,
I
that's the
mean
one guy that you can't ruffle.
JJ struggled bad in that game. It
It's
was
so easy because everybody says, like, it's the easiest. Like, you expect the guy that didn't throw in college to all of a sudden be
I
able to throw.
know, I know, I get it. One of my best friends, he's a Spartan fan. He's always talks about JJ McCarthy is the greatest handoff quarterback of all time. It's just I constantly have to hear
I mean,
that
he
stuff.
did what was asked, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean he still threw the ball around in college. But anyways, yeah, I mean Jefferson owners in fantasy have to be like really disappointed this year. I have to assume he was a lot better last year. I mean, that's probably
yeah,
not
just a little.
saying
Yeah,
a lot, but yeah, the Evil Empire, man, they keep
they
chugging
found a
away, man.
way.
Yeah, they found a way. They're gonna
Because I
the
can't
bumps.
stop my division mates from trading this team and keeping him alive.
Yeah,
It do be your own people sometimes. All right, my division mates have kept the Evil Empire like around, and now here they are, 7-4, and the team is looking
yeah.
very nice headed in as we go into the divisional games this upcoming week. All right, next, let's go. No Wampus Cats drop the Midnight Riders to 4-7. They win 252 to 214. Wampus Cats improved to 7-4. I think that's a 3-game winning streak. I think so. Yeah, I think it's a 3-game winning streak. Um, so here's the thing: like we're so far in this season, like we know where a lot of these KDFL teams are. So I don't want to keep rehashing the same topic. So we will go, fast through this. Um, the Midnight Riders have went from one running back in Marmet to 0 in Marmet as they just Nichols a Manon guy. Like he does get to start right away. I do think that's going to be a maybe next year type deal with him.
Yeah. Um, yeah, at least they know that their season's pretty much over and they're preparing for the drafts coming up. They started out hot at the beginning of the season, remember? I was a big
Yes.
believer in the Midnight Riders.
What if I tell you though? This team is not done.
Oh God, stop.
It's not done. I'm gonna
Oh,
show it to you. It's
okay,
not
I
done.
believe you. I believe you.
All
But
right.
the takeaway from this game though is just the Wampus Cats just keep rolling too. They're making their playoff push. I think they're gonna make some noise in the playoffs too. So
It's Henderson right now. If Henderson can keep this
yeah,
up, the Wampus Cats will almost be unbeatable if Henderson does this because that was a little bit of a somewhat of a weak spot. If Henderson can keep this up, this dominating like he's been doing, I don't know what the Patriots' plans are, but it's going to be very, very tough to beat the Wampus Cats
yep,
with this running back trio they got now. If Henderson keeps it up, I mean, they have decisions about Ken Walker now. He'll have to start this upcoming week because of bye weeks, but Like the Wampus Cats are tough right now. Um, oh, and Herbert may die. We didn't think about that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That man, that is like the worst offensive line I've ever seen. It's been like this all year. I don't understand how that guy's still playing every week.
It's basically going to come down to this for the Chargers. If the team you're playing has a not great pass rush, you're going to be okay, and you'll be definitely in the game, probably win it. If they have any type of significant pass rush, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Jags have a great pass rush. The Texans have a great pass rush. Like these teams, like the Vikings don't have a great pass rush. They ate them alive. Like it's like that. But Joel was there for that one. So
I mean, it's just every week. And I'm looking at the man's stats. He has 19 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I mean, he's still throwing for tons of yardage. I don't understand how this man is doing what he's doing. But oh
all right. Anything else on this one?
no.
Shout out Jacoby Brissett, new completion record.
Well,
NFL completion record. I think it was 47. Is that what he had?
oh yeah,
It's 47 of 57.
that is
I'm
crazy.
telling you, every game he's been a QB1 that he's been in.
That's insane.
5 straight weeks of a QB1. All right. Let's go to another powerhouse in the league. Not so much of a powerhouse week, but they had the right opponent for it as the Kings put it on the Dark Horses, winning 202 to 160. I think the Kings have won either 4 or 5 in a row as well. They've absolutely been rolling. On the Dark Horses side, Sean Tucker, what do you think happens here? Do you think Sean Tucker explodes in this game? 19 carries, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then 1 receiving touchdown. Do you think what happens with Bucky Irving, Sean Tucker, and Rashad White?
I mean, I think once Bucky's back, Bucky's gonna split the carries to start out. But no, I mean, it was just like a 1 game thing. I don't see it. I mean, they'll still get him the ball to see if it's still going to be explosive. But I mean, let's talk. It is the Buffalo defense. Buffalo's defense has not been great.
Not the rushing defense, especially. That's
Yeah.
the team that Bijan had the long run on. So yes.
So no, I don't think this is going to be. I don't think he's going to be like taking over like the head
Here's
position.
the problem, because I can tell you, like, I mean, Rashad White, mega power. Rashad White is the worst of these 3 running backs. I'm
Yeah.
pretty confident in that, but it's a different skill set. Him
Yeah.
and Sean Tucker and Bucky have the same skill set. Rashad White was more the receiving, so that could be an issue with how they.
Well, it's going to be interesting since I traded for Bucky too. So
There we go. Oh my god. On the King side, similar to what I said about actually the reverse of what I said about the Wampus Cats. If Henderson keeps it up, if Josh Jacobs is hurt, we're getting a little worrisome.
well,
I mean,
I
they
hope
have some depth. Like they can get eventually. I don't know if it'll be this week, but Marvin Harrison Jr. can come back. They still have
got,
Jacoby,
got Derrick
uh,
Henry.
Derrick Henry. They have the depth, but did he? Derrick Henry did stay on the bench. He didn't start him.
He did not start him.
Why didn't I see him?
He's down towards the bottom, almost
Oh, there he is.
almost to
Okay,
the bottom.
he had 20 on the bench. Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
depth. I just Josh Jacobs was one of their bell cows, so he was one that must start every week for them, obviously. So that would be worrisome if he's out. But the Kings have depth. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it's a three horse race right now in the KDFL as far as if we're doing championship power rankings. But the Kings look very good, or the Kings didn't look that good, but still got it done against the dark horses. This is
I'm,
the type of stuff you need to happen, though. You need if win ugly like this.
right. I'm assuming the other team that you're talking about resides in Florida, one of those top 3 teams.
No, no, no. No, it does not. It does not.
Okay.
But next, it's definitely not neither of these teams. I promise you that. But the Lumberjacks get the win, 234 to 174 over the Sinners. I mean, the Sinners. I think just real quick, Tet had a humongous game, his best game as a pro so far. Um, when you see him going for 130 and 2, again, Bryce Young was dominating the Falcons. Tet was a big beneficiary of that, but he looked every bit the part. Like it wasn't just he was making plays as well.
Yeah.
That's huge. And I also think we have a Sam Darnold ceiling. Like whenever he has a little bit of adversity, it's going to crumble. Like we're going to go back to the ghost Darnold. I hate that, but it does appear to be the case.
Yeah. I heard
Um,
somebody yell a fraud during those 2 teams in that game. as
Yes.
Seahawks fans.
Listen, we'll talk about what happens when you see your team playing well again. You get your star quarterback back, and you get a little juiced up.
Eh,
You know, it makes you say crazy things occasionally.
I, I
But
I'm just gonna say I think the Rams are the best team in that division. I'm just gonna say it now.
I've always had a soft spot for the Rams. Um, and on the Lumberjack side, I don't know if I think Penix getting hurt is probably bad for Bijan. Like
You
it's
think?
like, yeah, I worry about it because it's he's not going to get loaded. Like he could get faced with loaded boxes. The one game wasn't good against the Dolphins because they just took away Bijan completely. With Cousins, I'm talking about, but we'll see. But I worry about Bijan
I
for
think he'll have a big game against the Saints this week.
ooh, yes. All right, next. This is the other team I was talking about. It's not the Melbourne one, but it is the Renegades. But this week, Melbourne Mega Powers. This was a big one for this is the biggest win of the season for them. As they win 250 to 207, giving the Renegades their second loss. Melbourne improves to 7-4. The Renegades drop to only 9-2. But the Mega Powers do not come out of this unscathed as they lose Penix and at least London for at least 1 week. So that's going to be tough. Um, don't have a ton on the Mega Powers. This kind of is what this team is at this point. Like it's
uh,
four wide receivers. You hope your quarterbacks don't give you negative points,
right.
and you tried to fix the
Your
running back room a little bit. This was not the showing I wanted from them. Went a little bit better than this, but
your team's always going to be in it as long as JSN and Trey McBride are doing the thing.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, you still put up 250 points, and your quarterbacks got you what 14 points?
14. Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, your team's always going to be in it. I'm not going to make the statement that I did a few weeks back because I don't think they're there yet, but they're starting to climb that ladder.
look at this. When can we get Carson Schlesinger Defensive Rookie of the Year? Look at that head of lettuce again. We just
Yeah,
don't talk about it enough. That's a lovely lock of hair right there.
it is nice.
Oh, flow.
I,
Renegades, I think Matt talked about this. They were due for this. The matchups were not good. I talked about their matchups on the podcast. The Lions outdoors in Philly against that defense, in the wind and all that crap, they weren't going to click. And then I didn't like the Rams and Jags matchups. Devontae Adams has the funniest stat line you will ever see. Are you ready for this?
yeah.
One catch for 1 yard and one touchdown on 8 targets. Eight targets.
Holy cow.
So and it was right off the bat because I was watching the guys. I said the only thing I need to avoid is the Stafford to Adams touchdown, and of course it was like bang right off the bat got me. So um, obviously we're not predicting any type of long-term pain for the Renegades here, as they will bounce back this week as we see who they play this week. But finally, this one, a little bit of a shocker because of not what happened, but how it happened, as your RiverRats get the win versus the Dobermans 226 to
Woo.
218. I thought the Dobermans had this the whole way. How many? You got a bunch of stuffs, right? On the
He
next
got
morning?
four. He got four stuffs.
What is a stuff is a point and a half or a point? I can't remember.
It's 2 points.
A stuff is 2 points.
Yeah.
What are we
So
doing?
a stuff is like anything that's like behind the line of scrimmage or stop at the line. Well, he was key on a couple of those quarterback or the tush push where they didn't gain anything. The Lions stopped them 3 out of 4 times in the tush push, by the way.
Mm.
So, yeah, that game came down to the owner of the Dobermans even called it before. He said, "Hey, if the Eagles have to run a bunch of times, and I think they had over 40 rushes, Campbell's going to get a bunch of points and keep me in it." Because going into it, it looked like I had about a 35% chance to come back and win. And
Stuff's worth two, yeah.
yeah, so we did. I mean, when Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey are scoring like 79 points, you're like, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to win.
Yeah, I mean Josh Allen 6 total touchdowns.
Yeah. So that was tough. But
I
I
don't know
mean,
who Cameron Johnson is.
you don't know
I've never
Cameron.
heard of Cameron Johnson.
What do you mean you never heard of Cameron Johnson?
You've heard of Cameron Johnson?
No, I have not heard of Cameron.
Okay, I was about to say, what the heck? Oh, So I mean, the Dobermans are what they are as well. They're
They're
very
strong.
star heavy. Like there's got three or four. And Burrow, of course. Flacco didn't have his game. That's gonna kill him. Like they need their 4 or 5
Yeah.
players to go the heck off, and then the other guys to be serviceable. And they were not serviceable this week at all. So
No. And I think he'll be all right. I mean, obviously he's 5-6, but he's still in first place in that division.
yeah, this
So
is a
that
tough
helps.
loss. And the RiverRats improved to 6-5. Now let's look at this. Anything else on this game? Anything from your side?
No, not really. My team is just average, pretty much.
All right. You know what we need? We need a Mega Power River Rat playoff showdown. It's never
I
happened.
I still have an outside shot, but
Yeah.
this week's
Let's
gonna
look
be
at it real
so
quick. We're gonna
it's
go
gonna
to
be
it
so
here.
tough. I'll tell you when it comes to our predictions later.
All right, let me show you here. This is what we're looking at. The Dagon, Herb's division, 3 teams at 7-4, 1 team at 6-5. This is a bloodbath of a division. Your all's division, I think, is a boring division, but it's fine. But
Yeah,
you know, you're 3 games back, but 6-5, 29% chance to make the playoffs. The Kings and Renegades seem like they're in. So you're going to need basically you're looking at Evil Empire or Mega Powers or Wampus Cats to fall to get in.
yeah. I've got to.
It's,
I probably pretty much have to win out, and it's gonna be tough.
no, you don't. You can lose one
Yeah, probably two
because
out
I
of
think I
three.
think we're going to have some 8-6 teams here. I think myself being one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Your
Quite
division's gonna
possibly.
beat up on each other these
Right,
next.
and this is what for people that don't know, week 12, the way our schedule works out, I'm in love with our schedule. That's why I want to keep the divisions. I hate the no division argument because this is
Yeah,
my favorite thing. We start with the division games and then we revisit them. And the way you do it, because you're the schedule guy, it goes 1, 2, 3, and then basically 3, 2, 1 at the end, 10, 11, 12, or
yep,
sorry, 12, 13, 14. It goes back down. So who I played in week 3 is who I play now, and you bookend with the same team. I think it was just because you were lazy and wanted to do the schedule quick, but it did work out.
yeah. Anybody that wants to just have one division is just stupid. Let's just do go.
I
What's
just
that thing?
I don't know how you make it fair with who you
Yeah,
play twice. Because
yeah,
somebody's going to get like the Renegades, Kings, or Wampus Cats twice, and
yeah.
somebody's going to get the Sinners twice. And it's not fair right now. So, um, which I know they get them twice in this, but we do the divisions a certain way for a reason. But look, this division here, like you know your path. We outlined that. We know that this is going to settle itself in the coming weeks with the Wampus Cats are right now in the driver's seat because of points. But if you look at this, they're just 2 games back and they all play each other.
That's true. That's
I
true.
mean, no team is out of it right now. Now, one
Yes,
more loss for the Lumberjacks, one more loss for the Zen Masters, they're done. But I
but
mean,
there's
they're all going to play each other. I mean, we're getting ready to predict the Zen Master Doberman matchup here that would bring it within 1 game if the Zen Masters would win. Like this is fascinating to me. Um, a 6-8 team could definitely get in here.
yes. That's funny. Could be it's gonna be I mean, it's gonna be a fun final 3 weeks for sure because
Yes.
so many teams
Now,
are involved
in
or
this
still in
division
it.
here, in the Herbs division, these 3 teams all control their own destiny right now, and not just the destiny for the playoffs, the destiny for the bye. Um,
Oh yeah,
if either of these 3 teams, Wampus Cats, Evil Empire, Mega Powers, if they win out, they're guaranteed the 2 spot,
yep,
guaranteed at least,
yep,
because you'll be what 10-4. You will knocked you with you win out means you beat the other 2, so like you're
yeah.
guaranteed at least the bye or at least the 2 seed. So
Whoever's winning that division is getting the 2 seed,
yeah,
most
it's
likely.
guaranteed. Oh
Yeah,
well, yeah. Whoever wins, it's going to get. Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
But if you win out, but you're in your. What I'm just trying to write home is everybody's in control of their own future right now. And that will all change after this week because
yeah.
someone's going to lose, especially Wampus Cats Mega
So,
Powers. But
so we have to address it. The only team that is completely out of it is the St.
we do have
Albans.
our first E.
Yes,
Mm.
they have been eliminated.
Sources tell me that they feel very strongly in St. Albans that they're not that far away.
Oh well,
So, in
all right.
fairness, now this is true because the team you see on paper is not the team they'll have next year
That's
because they
true.
do have neighbors, they do have Scalaboo. Those are huge pieces for them to get back. So they start filling some offensive holes. They got some more picks. They got rid of Ramondre for some stuff. So like they're getting younger with more picks. I'd prefer they get a couple more picks that were offered to them, but that's fine. But yeah, you see the blocks. I mean, they're going through it right now. What else can we say? They're just going through
Exactly.
it. We'll see what happens. Um, okay, that's as nice as I'll be. But okay. Anything else before we get into next week's games?
Now let's get on to it.
All right, let's get on to it here. Where we start? We're gonna start in. Oh, I have comments from the Zenful one.
Oh boy.
I have some comments. I know these are his real picks, by the way, so you know,
Okay.
Detroit.
All right. Okay. Good deal.
Not that you had any reason to think they weren't going to be his real picks, but they are his real picks. All right, let's start in. We're going to start in Roxalana with those Sinners taking on the Renegades. You see here, the Renegade or the Sinners still have some holes to fill. It is Thursday morning, so you'd like for them to be a little bit more prompt, but it's
Yeah.
fine. The notes here. Zim Masters are going with the Renegades, and they say the Sinners can't even score 200 points. Clearly, Christian Watson is his only hope.
Oh man, Christian Watson is just his name has just been popping the last few weeks on this podcast.
The way Christian Watson was treated like he was a
Yeah.
disease you had to get rid of was pretty astonishing to me.
Yeah, it was awful. But glad to see that he's like to show everybody that he is worth something
Hmm.
and he still has it. He's actually still pretty young. But as for this matchup, there's really nothing to talk about. So I'm just gonna say Renegades.
Um, what am I looking at here? Bam Knight with DeMarcado out. It's going to be, I want to see if he can do
Are
anything
you
but just be
really gonna
touchdown
do a
dependent.
breakdown of these two teams?
No, not a breakdown. Just looking at it. And I think that this is the perfect. It's like, this is like when college football, um, you lose like a big matchup, like a big powerhouse school loses a big matchup, and then they have like UTEP the next week, and they just take them to the woodshed to get out all their frustration. The Lions have the Giants at home. That's going to be a big
Yeah,
game. I just think the Renegades are just going to tee off and score. They're definitely going to. I think they're going to meet their projection at least of 260. So I'll go Renegades as well.
nice.
Next, let's go with the Midnight Riders taking on the Lumberjacks. Again, these are going to all be divisional games, so all these have pretty high stakes. Matt, what did Matt say about this one? Matt said he had a theme this week about leading. There's a lot of leading messages here. The simple one is picking the Lumberjacks. Bryce Young will lead the Lumberjacks and the Panthers to victory. He's calling a Panther win over San Francisco on Monday night.
Yeah, Matt needs to put down the pipe because I don't
He was
see
on
that happen.
95 and he was flying and he was feeling himself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about all that. I mean, I could possibly see the Lumberjacks winning, but looking at these
He went with
matchups,
the Lumberjacks.
huh?
Matt went with the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think I think the Midnight Riders are gonna pull this one out. It's gonna be close though.
Real quick, our standings. Matt went perfect last week, 6-0. Me and you both went 4-2. So me and Matt are tied for the lead right now, and you're one game back as we enter in week 12. So
So
it's pretty tight. That's the tightest that's ever been, I want to say, with
yeah,
our picks. Yeah, look at this. Just, I mean, who is LaQuint Allen Jr.? For the Midnight Riders. The Commanders are on bye, so we don't have Jeremy McNichols. Oh, who would ever think we'd miss Jeremy McNichols? But we are. We miss him here. But Mahomes and Baker, it's just their matchup sucks, but it's just too much firepower against the Lumberjacks who they don't have Devon Achane this week. Oh, the bye week teams are off the top of my head, I don't have it. Uh,
Dolphins, Chargers,
Dolphins, Chargers,
Redskins.
Commanders.
Oh, Commander, sorry,
Oh, whoa.
sorry.
Bleep that.
Yeah, because
All right.
all their players are on my team. That's why I know this.
Bleep that. Broncos. So it's Broncos, Chargers, Dolphins, Commanders on
Yeah,
bye. But given this, it's just too much. Midnight Riders. Give them the win. All right.
Ugh.
Okay. Oh God, we got a yawn. Next up, let's go. Evil Empire. Have the fortune of taking on the good fortune of taking on the Dark Horses here. Matt has picked the Evil Empire. Dark Horses are showing their true colors finally. The pumpkin has happened. The Dark Horses are now, what
Yeah.
we thought they were.
Yeah, the evil empires, they're gonna come out. They want revenge from week three. They took a loss to the dark horses.
Look at you.
Yeah. So I think you're gonna see a huge game pretty much on every offensive player on his team this week. Just looking at these matchups, I don't know. I just kind of went with that, made that up on the fly. But
That's
anyways,
good. You definitely had to tell us you did that. That's good.
yeah. And I just don't see the dark horses. They just don't have the playmakers right now. So, and I really think that he secretly doesn't want to make the playoffs anyways. So I'm going with the Evil Empire.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, it's Evil Empire here. Uh, Getting Brock Purdy to me was a big deal. Just let me
Yeah.
just say that. But right now, like he's going to get more projection because CJ Stroud's not projected anything. Now, if Dart's out too again, and Stroud's out because Stroud's already out. So if Dart out for sure? No, he's not, right?
I don't know. Hope
It's
he is.
questionable. He's projected right now, so I think he should be back, right? I mean, but in the Evil Empire still have a couple slots to fill. So either way, Evil Empire going to win this one pretty handily. Now let's get to a good one. Was almost the game of the week if the Dobermans weren't the week before. It is the Zen Masters taking on the Dobermans, and the Dobermans have retooled, set that lineup, and those projections got a little bit up there. Projected 242 to 214. Matt is going with the Zen Masters and quote, "We ain't dead yet. We're going to be led by the Jags destroying the Cardinals." He's going with Zen Masters.
Okay. Well, I, s- I mean, I could see the Jags doing that for sure. Uh,
Okay, well,
how, however, I think Josh Allen and CMC are going to have huge games again this week. Um, I He's got Flacco going against the Patriots. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I think the Dobermans are going to win this one, and I'm going to say by 20 points.
um, yeah, this is great radio right now. That
Yeah.
Kansas City matchup for the Colts wide receivers is not good, but um, yeah. Give me the Zen Masters. I gotta do it. I just like, I mean, Caleb, Pittsburgh, I just, I don't love this. Yeah, give me the Zen Masters.
Ooh.
Pouring off. Okay, don't love it. But there we go. Let's
I'm
go.
picking up a game on you guys on
Let's go. The River Rats and the Kings.
we have
The
to.
Kings 266 to 225. Um, King Henry and Lamar will lead the way as Matt picks the Kings.
Yeah, this week just happened to I have so many guys on a bye this week. I've got Waddle out. I got Vidal's out. Obviously, I don't have Daniels still. Um, that's a big loss for me. Oh, did I say Debo? Debo's out.
Yep.
So, I mean, those are three offensive playmakers there. So that hurts me. And then I'm having to start Bucky Urban, which I don't know if he's playing, and Brian Thomas Jr. They both have missed I mean, they've been missing weeks. So it's going to be tough for me. Plus, I traded for Mr. Aaron Rodgers and he gets hurt. So right now I don't have a second quarterback. So it's going to be tough for me to win. Uh, this is one of those teams I hate to lose to
You beat
because
them pretty. I have been doing this shit. It makes me mad. You beat them handily in
I
week
did.
three, 263 to 219.
I did. However, if this goes the way I think it's going to go, you're going to see updates all Sunday long, all day long, about how his team's doing good and where he stands. So, um, I still have to pick his team. My team just won't be able to
Oh,
score.
I wanted that game back from the game I just picked. Okay. Um, yeah, it's put up or shut up time, and these top teams are rolling in the form. I gotta go with the Kings. It's just too much firepower right now. And that Jets matchup, you used to be, oh crap, I don't want to play the Jets. The defense is kind of, taking a step back. They can be shredded now. So Lamar and Derrick Henry looking for a big bounce back game, especially from Lamar after just a 2 point performance. So give me the Kings. Now, disclaimer. I've tried very hard. We've talked about this weekly, how serious I take the game of the week. I did not want to, because this was the game of the week in week 3. I didn't want to repeat it. But when you look at the matchup, what's at stake? This has to be our week 12 game of the week. It's the highest projected total. The two teams fighting for first in the division, along with Evil Empire, of course. But this will go a long way to deciding how that division shakes out. It's the Mega Powers. It's the Wampus Cats. The Zinful one has picked the Mega Powers, as he says, Jerry Judy with Shador will somehow find a way to get the W with the Mega Powers. Detroit, take it
Oh
away.
man, yeah. Looking at these matchups, I mean, our Wampus Cats projected at 260, and they're starting Jacoby Brissett. So I mean,
You didn't do that.
huh?
What's his name?
Jacoby Brissett, Brisket. What? What did I say wrong?
Brissett.
Brissett.
It's a small thing, but
I've heard his
it's
name a
not
million times and I
a
still get it
million times.
wrong.
That's the only reason I'm giving. That's the only reason I'm giving you hell. It's like this guy. This guy was
Oh,
Tom Brady's backup.
no.
He's been
Oh,
around so long.
people that literally was not on purpose either. All right.
Brissett. All right.
Anyways, and that's his only starting quarterback this week. So
Yeah, Herbert's on bye, like we said before.
oh man, I hate to pick your team because I know you're gonna pick them too.
Don't do it. Pick up another game.
Oh,
You need the game. You need the win.
all right, let's go Wampus Cats. I'm
Oh, thank
sticking with
God.
them. Let's do it. St.
Now,
Brown's gonna have a huge game this week.
I do tend to agree with that. Now, here's the deal: Drake London out, Michael Penix out. Do you think will Jacoby Brissett
Brissett?
will he score more than Daniel Jones and Kirk Cousins combined? Because Daniel Jones is at Kansas City, and I hate that matchup.
Nah,
There is a league where I'm starting Brissett over Daniel Jones, big high money league.
no, I don't think it's happening.
I don't like that Daniel Jones matchup in KC at all. I do like Vegas and Judkins. And like Judy, like if I have to start two Browns, this is the team I want to do it against in Vegas with Shador there, try to get flashy and all that. We'll see. I need Nico to show up. Rome, please, you got to come back. He's usually off 1-on-1, so we'll see. Wampus Cats wise, I agree with you. AJ Brown could have a big day. Almond Ross St. Brown is going to lead all scorers on the Wampus Cats. I'll say that now. He's going to lead all scorers. And Travion, if he keeps it up, like I said, Wampus Cats unbeatable. So I am going to go for the Mega Powers because I haven't picked against me yet. But
Unbeatable. All right.
if Travion Henderson's putting up 25 a week routinely, this team is, and they're at full strength. And when Herbert comes back, this team is going to be very tough. And they paid for it. Like they went out, they don't have picks for like 3 years. They went out and paid for it. So,
Well,
props.
they better get it done this year.
Yeah. So, all right, let's stop sharing. Get back to us. I thought we were having a dud show. Not a dud show. I thought it was a little bit on the tamer side. And then you gave us the brisket.
It was. I'm sorry. I'm
Just
sorry.
a perfect gift. No, we needed the brisket. The brisket needed us.
Yeah. Wasn't our best performance this week, people.
No, it was perfect.
We-
We're in the dog days. There's only so much happening now. Like we know what the teams are. Some teams are starting to fade. We have our first E. I don't know if you heard our first eliminated team. It's really terrible. So
what team was that?
it was the St. Augustine. I'm just reporting
Oh,
facts. It was the Senators. Very sad to see. But
okay.
with the Zinfandel one I hear, I do have a quote. Happiness is the default state. It's where there it's what's there when you remove the sense that something is missing in life. People believe mistakenly that happiness is about positive thoughts and positive action. But every positive thought essentially holds within itself a negative thought. I just read that. I didn't know where it was going. I still don't know what that means. But there's your
Awesome.
simple quote.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for that simple quote there.
Oh, that sounded pretty negative to me.
Yeah. Um, well, for me, I would just like to say it's great to be back. People, Thanksgiving is almost upon us. So remember to be thankful for everything. We are thankful for all you guys, all our loyal listeners. We appreciate you. And Brett, I'm even thankful for you hosting this podcast. You do a fine
Let's
job.
go.
You get a lot of crap, but if it wasn't for you, there would be no podcast, and people wouldn't be able
Oh
to see
God.
me. So,
Here we
um,
go.
anyways, but thank you, but you still suck.
You know we're gonna do an episode before Thanksgiving,
I
right?
know, I know, I know.
I think that occurred to you mid-speech
What?
that there's still an episode to come where we will talk about Thanksgiving. All
We
right,
will, but I just
there we
want to.
go.
Why can't we be thankful now?
We can. It's better than a very simple quote. So I
Exactly.
can't fight you there. All right. So for the simple Matt Smith, for Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes, we will see you next week after week one of the division rematches have taken place right here on the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast.